Hello friends! It's a sunny fall morning here in Alaska and we have decided to take a family day trip. We've loaded up Gus the bus and are headed to Whittier, Alaska. Because it's sunny and clear, it also means it was very cold and crisp this morning, so it 100% felt like fall. And the leaves are changing. To get to Whittier, you drive south through Anchorage and down the Turnagain Arm. In September, the beluga whales are chasing salmon down the Turnagain Arm, and we were lucky enough to spot a pod of belugas on our drive to Whittier. There it is.
Right there, there.
Oh yeah, I see it, I see it. Oh, there's another one. There's another one.
You put those in your mouth?
Oh, there's two. There's a bunch, you guys. You looking at the blues? I saw a baby. It was gray. All right, we are driving along the Turnagain Arm and we are seeing beluga whales, so we're gonna try and stop and see if we can get any footage of them. This is the time of year to see them.
Binoculars, guys.
Guys, look at on the roof.
We're gonna jump up on the
I saw
roof
one right there, right on front.
because there's a chain link fence here.
Oh, there it is, right there. Everett, you see it?
With belugas, their white backs barely poke out of the water, so it was hard to capture on camera. But we didn't mind sitting in traffic for a bit because we were able to watch them out in the water. This drive today has been very dramatic because it's super sunny and then there's all these low clouds and fog, and so it's whales. It's just like lots of interesting things to look at, even more than normal, because this is one of the most beautiful drives. We just passed Girdwood, which is about a 45-minute drive south of Eagle River where we live. We're going another 20 minutes to Portage. It is a place where they used to portage from the ocean over to get into this south central. And there's not actually a town there. There's a visitor center, there's campsites, and there's like hikes to glaciers, which are awesome. We are just going there today to go through the Whittier Tunnel. To get to the town of Whittier, you have to go through a 2.5 mile tunnel through the mountain. So we are going to show you that, and it's kind of exciting. It's kind of a fun thing. We don't do it very often, so we decided that would be a fun adventure today. Bennett's saying that he's never even been through it. I think you maybe have, but
I don't remember. I've only seen it on the outdoor video.
you've only seen it on other people's videos. Okay, well, we're gonna do it today.
Wow, this is thick.
But the fog just keeps coming in and out. It's kind of weird. We are back in the fog. That's the ocean over there. It's a pond over there. Fog straight ahead. Is a one-way tunnel. On the half hour it goes from Portage to Whittier, and then on the hour it goes from Whittier back to Portage. So you have to time your trip, and then the tunnel closes at night. 9 or 10 o'clock you can't go through anymore, so you got to plan your trip accordingly. The train tracks also go through the tunnel so that the train can go through. Whittier is a port town for big cruise ships to come in when we have cruise ships coming in, so a lot of people come in there, either take the train or take a tour bus into Anchorage and then start their trip from there. We are waiting in line for the tunnel, and there is a very long line. We haven't even seen the tunnel yet. It just opened. It's 10:31 for us to go through. We're hoping that we'll be able to go through. We've never seen a line like this before.
Look how fast that was.
So we just learned, because we have 12 seats in our van, it's $38 to go through instead of the normal 12, which we would have just pulled out some seats if we had realized that. But now we're waiting in line. There's like 6 lanes here, and there's stoplights, and then they send different things in. But this is more busy than we've ever seen it because there's all these construction trucks going through the tunnel. So people take their boats through to get out on the water in Whittier, and because this tunnel is going through a mountain, it's 2.5 miles long. They have to air out the tunnel in between people driving through so that it doesn't get all nasty in there. According to the Alaska Department of Transportation website, the Anton Anderson Tunnel began as a railroad spur in 1941. By 1943, the 2.5-mile tunnel was finally complete, linking Whittier to the Alaska Railroad's main line in Portage. With a new rail connection to Whittier, the area began to change. In the mid-1940s, work crews and supply ships began to arrive, and the population, including military and civilian personnel, swelled to over 1,000. This is better than we could have hoped for. It was so foggy on the other side, and the sun is out over here, and it is gorgeous. I need a hat. Wow, that sun is super warm. Like if the wind's not there, that sun is so warm. Welcome to Whittier, Alaska. We have the day to explore. We're gonna go find a hike, eat some food, have some fun.
Still alive?
Bennett just caught a salmon with his hand.
Yeah, dude, you got one! Here, show us.
Pink salmon. Bennett, you just caught a fish with your hand! That's crazy! Woo, it is chillier than I expected. So the sunshine is warm, but the wind is extremely cold here.
Oh, nice!
What kind of fish is that?
Can you hold it with 2 hands and show it to me?
That's a pink salmon, a female.
That is a trout.
And it doesn't have the hump like the male ones do. Out by we got it by the ocean.
By the ocean?
Yeah, let's go down by the ocean. When I drove tour buses, I came down here a couple times a week and brought them to the cruise ship passengers and brought them back and forth. There used to be a barge right along in here or something. I remember the fish would pile up, and when I didn't have any passengers on my last trip, I'd come down here and fish for 20 minutes waiting for the tunnel and zip over and touch the tunnel. I always had a fishing pole hidden away in my tour bus everywhere I went. A couple times I amazed the guests by catching fish when we were stuck in traffic or something.
Whittier has a population of about 320 people. I'm sure it fluctuates depending on the season. And one interesting thing about Whittier is the majority of the population live in one building. It is also the grocery store, there's a bank, there's a church in there, there's a laundry. So we will go over and see the Begich towers and show you where almost everybody in the city of Whittier lives.
I found a jawbone.
Oh wow, what is that?
What is this thing?
Look at all those
It's
teeth.
so sharp.
Look at that, hold on. That is so crazy. Those are all teeth. Watching the fog come over that mountain there is just like mesmerizing. So that is Portage Pass. That's where they used to portage to get over to Portage after coming in from the ocean. All right, Vanessa and Sarah, we brought our twisties as a snack today. So although we ate a lot of them right away, we still have some fun snacks to bring with us on our adventures.
Mom, you can hold these. I found these.
Okay.
This one's a pig.
Somebody have dead salmon on their boots?
Well, the window's open. Get in your seat, please. Somebody's sailboat out there. According to the Alaska Department of Labor website, the 1950s brought change to Whittier once again. As the military pulled out, Whittier transformed into a federally run commercial port. This turn of events also provided the opportunity for the private ownership and development potential that exists today.
This is a cruise ship dock.
Whittier is a port town, a cruise ship hub, and also has several harbors for private boats to begin their journey into breathtaking Prince William Sound. It is also known for its glacier tours by boat, kayaking, and in recent years, even jet ski tours. At the mouth of the harbor stands the beautiful inn at Whittier, looking out over the gorgeous bay. Now for the locals, there is the Begich Towers, also known as the BTI. This building was built in 1953 and used to be called the Hodge Building. It was used to host the headquarters of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. This and one other building, the Buckner Building, were constructed and used by the military till the early 1960s. The Hodge Building was then transformed into a public building with several units, including the headquarters of the major institutions and commercial services of Whittier. As you can see, there is a post office and a small store in this building, and with most of the community and its services either inside or connected to this building, residents are able to remain inside for long periods of time if the weather is inclement or if they simply do not want to leave. As I walked down the hall, I was taken back in time, starting with the Alaskan Native people who inhabited this area, moving through to the gold rush and the military during World War II, and finally down to the town we know today. At the other end of the building, there was a laundromat, a notary public, and a few other things that were off limit to visitors in the building due to COVID. It was really fun to get a look around and explore this city under one roof. I just had a really nice conversation with the lady that owns the Cozy Corner grocery store in this building, and she says she loves living in Whittier. She's been here for 10 years because it gets really cold and windy in the winter time and the snow drifts get really high, and it's really nice because there is an underground tunnel from this apartment building to the school, so they don't even have to send their kids outside. I thought that was kind of interesting. She mentioned that crime is very low here because one way, there's no way to escape. You have to go through the tunnel. And two, everybody just looks out for each other. So that's a good feeling to have in a small town. The majority of the town does live in this apartment building. And that grocery store was teeny tiny. I guess there is one more grocery store down the road, but in the building, that was a very small grocery store. For people to come pick up stuff. She says she goes into Anchorage a couple of times a week, mostly just get stuff at Costco, and then we'll pick up odds and ends when she's going into town for different reasons, like if she has an appointment or something. All right, so here is the apartment building, and then I guess there's an underground tunnel that leads to the school here. During the winter time, when the roads are bad, she says that she will only go in to restock the store maybe once every fortnight or every 2 weeks. So kind of different in the winter and in the summertime. Right now it is a really busy time of year, so she has to restock more often.
The front of his head, Mom?
We have it stacked out. On the way to our hike, we passed the Buckner Building. This is the second building in Whittier built for military use. It was operable until the 1960s and has since gone through several private owners and eventually succumbed to the natural elements and has been condemned. We are heading out on a hike up to, what is it called?
Horsetail Falls.
Horsetail Falls here in Whittier. We're gonna go see if we can get a pretty view of the bay and have our lunch. A bit of mud on the trail. We're gonna be looking for berries and we're gonna be looking for mushrooms and just enjoying this beautiful sunny fall day. Okay.
Oh, it's sticky.
The giant slug. Oh, now it doesn't look so big, but it was. They roll into a ball.
Sticky.
I'm not distracted to keep.
Have to look at what these slugs are because they are the biggest slugs I have ever seen in Alaska. Never seen anything like this. Bennett's carrying his. Let me see it. Have to do some research and find out what that is.
It looks like a triton. What the?
Everett, come look at this slug.
Hey, back up so I can see.
Good spot, Wes.
It's moving.
It is moving.
Can I touch it?
Cool.
I want to pet it. I want to touch it. Oh, wait, stop.
Made it go all squishy, squinched up.
I want to touch it. I want to one of those slugs in the water. A dentist.
Boardwalk.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah, it's. What'd you find?
What? Talk to the wooden thing.
Yeah, the stairs over here.
But I want
No, come up here. Watch. Come on.
I'm sweaty. My hands are sweaty.
He likes to cool off in there.
Okay.
My hands are sticky from that slug.
Oh yeah, that's.
They're sticky from the slug. Here, all of you stand on that bridge, please, for a picture.
All right, I think we found some hedgehog mushrooms that we can forage. They're right here. And okay, so you can see here on the hedgehog, they have this kind of spiny sort of pattern. These are pretty small ones. They can get quite a bit bigger, but these are good to eat. They actually taste quite good. So we're gonna harvest these right here. See if we can find some more.
I'm getting some wood in mine.
You find some blueberries, Hunter? Awesome. Sometimes you just gotta get just off the trail. Okay, I got a bag. We'll stick these in. Sweet.
What's this?
That does look like a hedgehog. Let's look at the bottom. Yeah, it's got the markings. So good. That's a good one, Bennett. Nice fresh one.
What'd you find? Wow, that's like treasure.
Oh, hey, Weston, here's a hedgehog right here.
It's not too wet. Ooh.
No.
Ooh, those were so yummy.
Whoa.
Those were good.
Dad, is that a good hedgehog?
Coming through, Everett?
Yeah.
Good job. That does look like a little seat. You want to sit on it?
Yeah. It's gonna make me die.
Oh, nice little seat.
Yeah. Next to.
A lot of hard work to put all these boards in to make this nice trail.
Oh, these blueberries are good.
Go.
These berries are so good. You guys, this is magical. This forest. Haven't seen a single other person. It's just beautiful. Everybody's just kind of foraging their way through. It's really amazing.
chips and let's go.
Did you even mean to? You boys can go. These kids and their energy.
Good job, Everett. We're getting up here.
You're doing amazing.
They're good.
No.
Just good. The salmon berry. Looks like some salmon eggs.
It's a good place to eat right up there.
What was that?
I need like.
Okay. You're cute. A day off, family adventure.
And for fun.
I'm guessing they dropped these bags. Hey, Mom, over here.
So peaceful here, beautiful. So there are these bags of gravel along the trail for trail maintenance. And Mark really thinks that they would have had to be dropped by helicopter. It's the only way they would have gotten up here. They're big.
There's one here. That's a big bola. No, not here. You want me to hold it? Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. You better go. I'm getting closer. Rest up here. Do you think you're gonna make it?
We're gonna make it without any brakes. Come on.
You're almost there, bud. Oh man, this is beautiful. Everett, look at that. Reflection.
What is?
Okay, which way? Cut it this way or watch out.
This isn't as good.
What?
You want to sit on my chair and
There's more bugs. I just have some.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
Good job, Everett. What do you have in your hand? Can you show Mom? Yummy.
Blueberry.
All right, we made it back to the car. The boys are having a celebratory Fresca, cold out of the cooler.
With ice in there, Mom.
Yeah. After our hike, we stopped for a bathroom break, and we're lucky enough to get to watch a black bear fishing for salmon in the river. After the bear disappeared into the bushes, we headed to the end of the road so that Mark could go free diving and spearfishing. He suited up and headed down to the water. Unfortunately, all he saw were thousands of sea urchins and no fish. We enjoyed watching him from above and got to talk to a lot of tourists who wondered what it was floating around down there in the water. When I explained it was my husband, they were shocked. We headed back into town, checked out the port, drove around checking out the local businesses and stores, and then looking for some food for dinner. Ooh, I smell fish processing.
Fish plant.
Ooh, you can smell the fish.
Whatever's in season.
Whittier
Right now,
Seafood,
no
LLC. Next order of business is to go find some food. We've got some requests for some breaded shrimp. We're gonna try the Swiftwater Cafe. As we walked around the touristy section of town, we quickly realized it was almost all closed down for the season. The one restaurant, the Swiftwater, had over an hour wait, so we decided to find something else to do. We had missed the tunnel, so I decided to go check out the bigger grocery store in town. And while I was doing that, Mark and the boys found a restaurant that was open that we could eat at. The grocery store tour will be in its own video in our Alaska Store Prices series, so make sure you come back and check that out. We're going to go into this Anchor Inn and have something to eat because we got hungry people and we missed the last tunnel through when we were looking at the last place to eat. So we're now gonna eat here and then hopefully get the 7 o'clock tunnel. This ended up being the right choice for our tired and hungry family. They had a giant TV on the wall playing cartoons and the food was hot and fast. Okay, the food was really fast and it was actually tasty. And so we're gonna go try and make the 6 o'clock tunnel. We'll see. $61 for a pretty basic meal, but the food was very hot and fresh. Well, I don't know how fresh it was, but it was hot and ready like right when we ordered it, so it was a success. And the shrimp were very good. I think it's kind of hard to mess up breaded shrimp, so we're fed.
The bonus is if we can make the tunnel here.
Yep, the bonus is if we can make the tunnel. 608.
Cool.
All right, that shows how small of a town this is. It is 6:12 and we are at the tunnel. Look at this gorgeous, I don't know if we could really see this, how beautiful this was earlier with the sun and the fog, but this glacier is just amazing. There's a glacier up in that side.
Biker gang up here, ready to brave the tunnel. That'd be interesting, right? That'd be kind of neat, because there's railroad tracks in the tunnel. It might be tricky to bike.
All right, here we go, back in the tunnel. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. According to the Alaska Department of Transportation website, additional rock along the length of the tunnel was blasted to make room for tunnel ventilation fans, safe houses, rooms every 1,600 feet in case of an emergency, and pull-out areas for disabled vehicles. The tunnel walls and ceiling are generally sound and only portions of the tunnel are lined. The majority of the tunnel has a wire mesh to catch any loose rocks that could work out over time. The walls remain natural rock. It really is an engineering miracle. It's a little disorienting when you're in that tunnel for so long. You kind of start to think like, oh, it's nighttime, and then you come back out and it's
Look at all those
not.
glaciers. Wow, it's so pretty. In the wintertime, this will freeze over in the late winter, even though it's 500 plus feet deep in some places. And then you can ride your bike or ski or ice skate or however it is to get across the lake, and way over there's a glacier. When I was a kid, the glacier filled up this whole lake, and you could come and there's a visitor center and they would have a show and they'd lift the curtains and the glacier and all the ice would be right there behind you. But now you got to take a boat tour. It's receded so much. I don't even see a single iceberg on the lake.
I remember as a kid you would see big chunks of ice floating around.
Yeah, me too.
You don't always get perfect weather, especially in September, but I have to say this was a gorgeous day.
So that tunnel wasn't always a tunnel for cars. It used to originally it was built as a train tunnel. And so when I was in high school, so the late 90s, I was certified in scuba diving, and I wanted to go over there in the winter to dive. And the dive shop set me up with this couple, and we drove over here actually to the right.
Train station.
Dad, you had to get on there?
Yeah. So I parked my car here and I got in the truck of this couple, and they drove it up onto the back of these big flatbed cars for the train. And then you put it in park and turn off the ignition, and then you would ride in your car on the back of the train through the tunnel to Whittier, and then you would unload in Whittier, and that's how you got there. And so not nearly as many people used to go to Whittier back then. And then I think a year later, I would have been a senior in high school or junior in high school. They opened it up with the driving tunnel, and then a lot more people started going there. At first, there was almost no facilities. When I went there, I mean, all these trails we hiked today and stuff we saw, nothing was there. That would have been like 99, 2000. But it was all developed and looks nice now. So originally there was a few lights at the beginning of the tunnel and a few lights at the end of the tunnel. Otherwise it was totally black, and you just have to drive with your headlights. And then also they didn't, there was a lot of water that would leak through the roof and fall onto the cars, and so you'd be using your wipers a lot of the time when you're driving through there. they've set up a big gutter type system to catch all that water, and then so you don't even yeah, it's dry pretty much now when you're driving through.
All right, the boys had some energy left, so we stopped in Girdwood on the way home so they could show off their tricks at the skate park to Mark. And it is gorgeous here tonight. Wow. Almost killed me. Oh. Okay. Let's go, guys. Thank you so much for coming along with us today on this awesome adventure. If you enjoyed this little tour of Whittier, make sure that you check out our Seward videos. It's another small town in Alaska that is really fun, and we will see you again real soon. Thanks for watching.